Okay, so what I'm going to do with the theme, well, I'm not telling you what the theme is this year, it's going to be a secret, only partly because I haven't quite made
When
my
Joyce
mind,
Rothschild first came up with the idea for Joyce's quiz nearly 20 years ago, she had no idea what it would grow into. She had been diagnosed with breast cancer and wanted to give something back to the hospital that had treated her. That's how it all began.
It was just something that in a way came out of wanting to do something just to raise a bit of money for the local hospital. And it was so popular, I thought I might raise £500, but it raised just over £2,000 just through my own circle of people and friends, and they passed it on to friends. And somebody said, it's really good, why don't you do another one? So I did another one the following year and decided to raise money for the cancer centre that was being built in Birmingham at the time. And then came up with another idea, and somebody said, well, I love doing this, I'd love to send it to my friends, but they're not really interested in Birmingham. Although, why shouldn't anybody be interested in Birmingham? There you go. Because they live in Scotland or something. So I thought, well, I'd choose a national charity. So I chose Macmillan.
Since she began working with Macmillan, Joyce has raised over £100,000, with the amount raised annually continuing to rise. Last year's quiz raised £12,695, and this year they're hoping to raise even more.
Macmillan Cancer Support has been so grateful for everything that she's done. Between Joyce and Yasmi, they've got a huge following of people now that love doing the quiz, and I think this year is going to be even better than ever with the themes that they're coming up with. So yeah, it's just so valuable to us as a charity that we've got people like Joyce and Yasmi that continuously fundraise for Macmillan Cancer Support. People within the local communities are so important to the charity because it's not just about raising the money, it's also bringing people together, people have fun, people meet one another through doing things like the quiz. And it's just so important that people within the local community can see where the money's going as well and the services that we provide within Birmingham. And that can be anything from our local healthcare providers and hospices and hospitals, or for advice and support through Macmillan grants for people that have been affected by cancer and just need a little bit of a helping hand. And obviously, of course, through the Macmillan nurses as well.
As much as she enjoys it, it's hard work for Joyce, who still works a full-time job as well as working on the quiz. Last week, however, that hard work was recognised with a British Citizen Award.
What was lovely about the ceremony is meeting so many people that do so many amazing things just quietly in their own local communities. And what this award does is it honours people and gives some sort of recognition for people, a whole range of people in all different walks of life. It's great. I think it's lovely that it will bring some more publicity in for the charity. I'm hoping that a few people might like to do the quiz as well, and we can get a bit more money because of that. But it was really, really exciting. We had afternoon tea in the House of Lords, and we had a lap of honour on an open-top bus around London, and the sun was shining, and Big Ben was there in its golden glow. And then there was a drinks reception in Church House. And it was lovely because they asked some of us to tell our stories, a bit about why we did what we did, what the background. And to hear so many stories of people doing the most incredible things, it was just very humbling. But it puts the balance back, because we hear a lot of bad news, don't we? And horrible things going on. But there's so many people out there just doing the most amazing things. It's only me, it's only the quiz, but it seems to take, it gives a lot of pleasure to a lot of people. So I'm hoping it's something that will be helpful and do some good in the world in its own little way.
It might be Joyce's name on the certificate, but she's not working alone. After the first few quizzes, Joyce drafted in her childhood friend Yasmi to help her deal with the increasing workload.
She gave me an idea of how much work was involved, and because of that I said, well, perhaps I can help you mark them, or I wasn't really thinking about selling my own then, but just giving a little bit of help, and I thought maybe that way we might get a little bit more money. But I don't think either of us ever thought that it would be going on for 18 years, and every year we're raising such significant sums now. It's really good.
This year's quiz is still a few months away, but what can people expect once it's been completed?
Well, hopefully you can expect a bit of challenge and a bit of fun. I normally bring it out around the end of September, and people can take part until just after Christmas. So it will close probably about the first week of January. And I can't tell you what to expect, but if you'd like to find out about it, you can always drop me an email. And so Joyce's quiz at gmail.com or joyce10@icloud.com will get there.
Tom Bowen for the Midland in Solihull.